Hey everyone, how are you guys doing? It has been a while, Mario, but I have a good excuse though. I have been to Hamburg. I have recorded a new video series, which is pretty exciting. Aquila in the house, a 23-month tier 2 sub. That is a lot of tier 2 subs. Thank you so much for your support, Aquila. Mr. Poop Towel, hello. How do you do? I will have you know that I have signed up to soccer practice with Magnus and the other chess dudes on Wednesday. So Sweden, if you ever did stand a chance, and I'm not saying you did, it's just not gonna happen now. Hyataman, how are you doing? Coming in with a Twitch Prime for 24 months. Happy anniversary. Thank you so much for the 2 years of subs, Hyataman. And we also have Snaiman with the 26 month resub. Thank you so much. And Mr. Poop Towel coming in with the sub, despite me trash talking the Swedish soccer skills. Also, hello to Blowbigs, to Bogdan, Galactic, and Viral. Hammer with a new repertoire. Yes, it's not the French Galactic, I'm afraid to say. The repertoire is based on solid old school openings, like the Spanish, like the I'm forgetting Queen's Gambit Declined in Catalan. Ever heard of Zlatan? Yes, I have Undisputed. Have you ever heard of Holland? He's like the new Zlatan, the better Zlatan. Sweden is old news. Norway is the big new thing. Hey Weber, how are you doing? Hey Elephant Bush. The better Zlatan? Now that's the claim. Well, I mean, he's looking the part. I think Mario. He's looking the part. Okay. Um, I'm gonna see if I have any challenges. So today I want to encourage you to send your challenges, giving yourself the white pieces. Who doesn't like having the white pieces? And the reason for that is because I will be revealing the black repertoire game by game. And Norder coming in with the 8-month resub. Thank you so much, Norder. Definitely an unofficial game, Mr. Poop Towel. But at this point, I think we gotta be so straightforward as to say whether or not there will be a chess party remains to be seen. There's a lot of events being cancelled um, for good reason, and so I guess we just have to see the week by week developments on how this virus spreads. Ulan coming in with the 1,000 PogChamp bits. Thank you so much, Ulan. Yeah, well, I think Norway is in a really good place in terms of the infections. But this week, it, it it could get worse. Who knows? I think the good thing about Norway, as I understand it, we've been very good with the kind of voluntary, the home quarantines. That if you've been to an at-risk um, location, specifically northern Italy, Iran, and China, then precautions are put in place, and you know and we're testing a lot of people. So the number of confirmed cases is pretty high in Norway, but it's high because we're doing a good job of tracking how it spreads and testing a lot of people. I'm very concerned about the US. I'm very concerned because it seems to me that the US is not testing people, and that's gonna have. I fear it's gonna be a very bad situation in the US in a couple of weeks. Island coming in with a 13-month resub. The Twitch Prime. Thank you so much, Island. The job of dropping out of the candidates because of the virus. Yeah, we have so much to discuss, Hiata man. I had even forgotten about that. The Netherlands are less sane. Well, I mean, Henker waking up today to see all of the stock markets crash. I mean, the whole world is going a bit crazy, and probably for good reason. Um, I I feel pretty safe. I feel like I can take precautions and probably get out of it okay. Um, One of my concerns is that I'm traveling a bit this month, and I'm very concerned that I will kind of become one of the people who have to go into quarantine as a result of having visited a place where there's a lot of cases. So, what the Norwegian kind of health ministry or whatever you could call it, FHI, how would you translate that? Like the medical professionals of Norway, the guys in charge, they're saying that they're asking people to give themselves a 14-day quarantine from the day they return from an at-risk location. But they also said that these at-risk locations can be added with um, tilbakevirkende kraft. My English is getting worse. I worry it's a cognitive thing. That, for instance, if it's discovered that New York had like a ton of cases, actually not when they discover it in a week, but they discover that the virus has been very prevalent in New York for like 2 weeks, then everyone who has visited the city, regardless of whether they visited while it was thought to be safe, regardless of whether they visited and regardless of whether they are showing any symptoms, they can be asked to do this retroactively. Thank you so much, Snaiman. That is precisely the word. Um, so yeah, I'm concerned that I will get stuck in my house retroactively, kind of going to a place where there was no problem when I went, but then after the fact, they discover that, oh, it turns out there was so many cases here, and you're gonna have to stay home. I just need to get through the month of March, and then all of April I have no travels planned. I can be in quarantine all of April, but I need to get through March. Um, no, I haven't read Knausgard Undisputed. That's very slightly off topic. There would be a lot of hammer times. This is true, Galactic. I also thought about this. The more people that have to like self quarantine, the more possible viewership on European streams. Anything in late May? Well, there's the chess party, Max. Hey Joe, how are you doing? As long as you can stream during quarantine, we don't mind. Yeah. So honestly, it's not a problem for me. Being in quarantine, I think it's gonna be really tough, but I think I would manage. But right now, my concern is whether or not I will be able to kind of fulfill my commitments because I'm traveling a bit this month. Hey, Cranky. I started playing chess at 8 or something. Yeah, Hanker, I thought about the quarantine and getting the food in some way, so I have been stocking up. I've been going to the store like 2 days in a row and buying quite a lot of stuff. I even have salt in my house right now. I bought salt and flour and eggs and the yai. What is yai in English? But basically, I bought everything you need to start baking stuff on your own. I'm gonna be such a homemaker by the end of this whole ordeal. Over 2,000 cases reported in New York City. Is that real? I really? Can you send me a link on that, Mr. Poop Towel? Because latest I heard, the U.S. hadn't even tested 2,000 people in one location. Self quarantine is never gonna work. I don't know. I get the impression it's working pretty well, Mario, in Norway. But I agree that Norway is a society where it's more likely to work than other places, partly because we're very rich and we have a very generous kind of work, sick leave, and that kind of situation. Chris coming in with the 8 month resub. Thank you so much, Chris. Thank you for using your Twitch Prime on me. Der Henker, what I have been thinking is that there should be like delivery services. In Norway, you can buy your groceries, having it delivered at your door shouldn't be a problem. So I'm not too concerned about the food part of it. And Hanker says that for the people he knows who are likely to have the coronavirus, the self quarantine is working. Yeah, I think people take responsibility, especially when they're sick. I think the difficult part is the people who do not show any symptoms. Like if someone has been to Italy and they have absolutely no symptoms, will they respect the self quarantine? I don't know. So we self the self quarantine I'm talking about, as I understand it's being done in Norway, is just people uh, being asked to stay at home. If you've been to Yeast, thank you, Snaiman. Thank you, Treminator. I should have known Yeast. Man, I'm so 607 cases. Yeah, I thought 2,000 was a bit high for New York City. No corona for me yet, Eskil. No. Stores running out of rubbing alcohol? Yeah, a long time ago, a week ago in Norway. But I mean, washing your hands is perfectly fine. I bought some extra soap just in case. Alex coming in with a 17-month resub. Thank you so much, Alex. How are you doing? 3,000 hammer points should be enough to get you through 2 weeks of streams. I agree. And the 2 weeks you're gonna get even more during the streams. Celebagus. Odds to cancel Grenke. I don't really know, Max. Where's Grenke even being held? It's in Baden-Baden, right? As I understand it, it's in like Western Germany on the border to the Netherlands and France and Belgium, somewhere around there. that has the most cases in Germany. So I think Bayern probably could be fine. Oh, they moved it from Baden-Baden. Karlsruhe. I don't even know where that is. Snakey, 5 month resub. Thank you so much, Snakey. Self quarantine, more stream time. Yeah, I'm still hoping not having to do it, but yeah, Karlsruhe, I think that's fine. I don't know. We really don't know yet. I think the best thing we all can do is be cautious, good hand hygiene, and then we'll see what needs to be canceled in the coming weeks. Yeah, Robin Petter. Alta has done really well, not only this season but other seasons as well. They've been really impressive because they don't really have a particularly strong team, but they're showing good results. The Norwegian league did not end very well for my team. We got relegated, which is a bit of a sensation. And in the first kind of like 7 6 7 years of having a national league, top league in Norwegian chess, my club won like 6 out of 7. We were completely dominating every year. And now, despite fielding one of the strongest teams in the entire league, we got relegated. We lost too many matches with like 2.5, 3.5, like the closest possible margin. And yeah, it's pretty shocking, really. Space Otter with a founder badge. That's because he has subbed for 26 months. Thank you so much, Big Space Otter. Are you watching a chess stream or local news? I mean, both, Aquila. I think I haven't streamed for like a week or two. So we really need to catch up on the latest world news because the world news become chess news. For instance, as it relates to how Rajabov withdrew from the candidates tournament, the tournament that's deciding the challenger for Magnus. It's uh, it's dominating the world news. The stock market's crashed because if everyone needs to stay home, no one's gonna be buying stuff. No one's gonna be working. It's gonna be a tricky time. Fool, thank you so much for the 16-month resub, Twitch Prime resub. It crashed. Well, crashed is maybe too strong, but it's not looking great, Mario. I think the markets are down like 8% today. Hey, Migret, how are you doing? Hey, Super Rico, Kleinmeister. Okay, let's play some games. I'm hoping you guys have listened, and I'm hoping you guys have challenged me with giving yourself the white pieces. First in the line is Undisputed, but he did not give himself the white pieces, and as such, the server has punished him, giving me the white pieces instead. The Ottoman number 4, yeah, I don't care anymore. I stopped caring about my rating some chess games ago. At this point, it's just about getting through it. Well, I'll try to. I don't know. I'll try to do something for the Norwegian Championship. I'll try to do some extra training and stuff. But until July for the Norwegian Championship, I'm just gonna not care about my horrendous chess results. Because once you have bad results, if you care, it will break you. So at this point, I think I'm just gonna say my head isn't really working. I'm having bad results, and I can't really explain why. And we're gonna give it some time. Much like the virus, we're gonna give it some time and hope that it stops infecting my brain. Wow, Margaret, you're in Milano. That's how is life there? We can have a story from the front lines. Quiet. Wow. Yeah. No, it must be very strange being in Italy right now. My sister actually my sister actually went on a weekend trip to Italy this weekend, which was pretty extreme. But she went to Rome though, and Rome hasn't had kind of like the big kind of warnings about a lot of cases of infection. But still, it's some people maybe would have considered not going, but she wanted to see Rome, and that's what she did. No, Mishak, I'm not updating my YouTube channel. Must be easy to find hotels. Yeah. Speaking of quiet, like Margaret is saying, playing a lot of online blitz. Yeah, that's the thing about this thing, the virus spreading. People are gonna have a lot of downtime and need for entertainment. As a chess streamer, I mean, I shouldn't be allowed to say stuff like this, but it might increase my audience by quite a bit. Maybe we'll do some extra streaming. You really like my channel? Thank you, Mishak. I really appreciate that. At some point, I was putting a lot of effort into it, but I wasn't really getting the increase in numbers and viewership to justify all the effort I was putting into it. But there's some quality content on my channel. I appreciate you saying that. Chigas coming in with the 1 year anniversary. Thank you so much for the 12 months of subbing, Chigas. Is my sister married? What? Yeah. Why would you ask that, Torque? I'm getting very suspicious about your intentions. Let's capture something. Maybe we should capture this guy. She's not a chess player, Torque, but that might actually, chess players are crazy. Maybe that's a good thing. Don't let your sister in for the next 2 weeks. Honestly, fool, that might be a real thing. I might not go visit her for a little while. Also, to be fair, I'm traveling next week, so I'm not gonna have time anyway. Cranky has never lost a chess game. Wow. That is the comment of a guy who has not played a lot of chess games. We all lose, unfortunately. It's why the game is so heartbreaking. There's something on your teeth. Oh, my bad. Mm. Thanks for letting me know, Don. I made one of the videos I made for the repertoire series. I had something in my teeth for the full 1 hour, a full 1 hour video with something in my teeth, and no one to tell me that. Oh, whoops, whoopsie daisy. So yeah, that's an Easter egg for you to look to look for. Queen is not trapped. I tried Cranky, but I couldn't trap it. Fortnite looks weird, but I am promoting my business. I can't play Fortnite all the time, although it is a superior game. Sometimes I gotta make a living, and I have recorded a video series for Chess24, giving you a full info on how to play with the black pieces. So that's gonna be something very useful for you guys. And pay money to watch the video series so that I can spend the rest of my days playing Fortnite instead. Yeah, the Ataman. I haven't seen Kimya for quite some time, but she was good fun. Maybe I should send her a message, see how she's doing. Still tilted by Narayana? No, now I'm tilted for other reasons, Stone. I played chess over the board this weekend, and it was more than enough to make me forget about the Indian stuff and more be just upset about my bad play in general. Hey Dirk, how you doing? How is knowing stuff about black pieces useful in Fortnite? I know a lot of the chess people still think chess is an okay game. So I'm selling my chess services so that I can delve into getting good at Fortnite. Did you see Buddha? I'm in big trouble actually. They announced the competitive Fortnite competitions. It's gonna be duos this season as well, but you will not be able to compete with a controller player. They're segregating the controllers and the PC players, which means I cannot duo with Hoodfresh nor with Buddha. It's really upsetting. Has Naka joined the Play Magnus Empire? I don't really know full, but I know he was promoting some Chessable stuff today. I guess you just gotta see what he has to say about it. Aquila, I already talked about being number four in Norway as not really being tilting, because you know, it's being the best other than Magnus or nothing. I can't really care whether I'm number four or number three. I care whether I'm playing good moves and I'm not. Yeah, me too, but I was also hoping for trios. But even more about whether it's trios or duos, I'm really disappointed that they're segregating the controller players and the PC players. Because I'm mainly playing with controller players, and now I can't do the competition with them. Do you think Magnus will be doing the World Championship match in 2020? Yeah, I think so, Cranky. Do you know when the new patch will come? The double bishop pair seems a bit overpowered. I think the bishop pair is here to stay Cactu. As long as both players get it at the start of the game, it's their responsibility to keep a hold of it. Flohl has jumped the queue, spending 6,000 hammer points to get ahead of everyone else. So we're gonna play him next. And he has challenged with the white pieces. So now I get to show you what I have prepared for the black pieces. Okay, so we're going with e4, e5. My repertoire is based on the Spanish Breyer variation. So you go a6, you kick this bishop back, then you develop the knight, attacking the pawn. We're not going to take the pawn just yet, though, because there could be some problems with our development. So we're going to play bishop e7 first. Now that this pawn is protected, it's the right time to chase the bishop back. And then we're going to go d6. I don't know why he's thinking. He only has one move. How come you gave both your bishops? It happens, Gyata, man. Never question what happens in a bullet game. It just happens. So here you go d6. I just remembered that I didn't cover d4, which was maybe a mistake. And then after c3, he needs to go c3 because the bishop needs an escape square. Because otherwise I could use my knight and get that OP bishop pair. And now castles. And then we go into the Breyer. Buddha, my repertoire should be out in a week and a half. I was trying to be that annoying guy who keeps asking, how are you doing? How are you progressing? What's going on? So as long as I keep putting pressure on the video editors, I think we're going to get it out real soon. Hey, Chess Cadet, how you doing? Okay, so now black is basically focusing on attacking the pawn on e4. So I'm going to move the bishop out of the way. We got the bishop, the rook, and the knight pointed against this e4 square. And then we relocate this bishop. The Breyer is a very maneuvering opening, and it really favors the people familiar with the plans in the position. And I'm hoping that through our repertoire series and some practice, you guys are going to be the most familiar with the Breyer planning. Why would people play the Breyer instead of the Zaitsev? For instance, Mario, because in the Zaitsev, there's an instant draw you cannot avoid. That could be one thing. But also, it's not that simple. There are some reasons for why the Zaitsev move order can be not as effective as the Breyer move order. Yeah, you should watch it, but it's good stuff. I don't know. I feel like maybe Flo tricked me. That now I put my bishop on g2 earlier than what I really needed to. I don't know. I can't tell whether I have been tricked or not. He definitely captured on b5 too early. This tension on the queen side was kind of favoring white, because white could decide when to open up and try to use the rooks on the a file. So now white has given that up, and I think in this position with the bishop pair, I have really good long-term chances. So we're going to get the queen up here to protect. And then now next plan is to maneuver the bishop to d7. But in order to do that, I'm first going to move my rook here. And then we're going to move the bishop here. Big strategic maneuvering going on, but very much in black's favor. I believe. Um, yeah, Cranky, that has probably happened, I'm afraid. There's a very famous incident where Kasparov moved a piece against Judith Polgar and realized it was a mistake and just put it back. And he got away with it. But on the other hand, that story is haunting him to this day. So he got away with it in the moment, but prosperity remembers what he did. Classic Kasparov. I don't really know if I can be the judge of what is classic Kasparov, but it was the actions of a weird man. I think weird. I don't know if weird is the right word, but a guy so obsessed with winning that he doesn't pay too much attention to his surroundings or perception and stuff like that. Okay, I think I made a mistake. I think I allowed white to get the queen on the a file. I shouldn't have exchanged the rooks. I should now. Earlier, white made a mistake releasing the tension, exchanging the pawns, opening up the a file, and now I made a mistake by exchanging all the pieces on the a file too soon. I need to figure out how to organize stuff. b3 is a very strange move, but maybe it works out here. Man, I think it works out. Yeah, so the Breyer is a difficult opening. You need to be very attentive the whole way. One little mistake is going to cost you. I had a really, really good position there with the black pieces, and now I kind of already messed it up, unfortunately. Yeah, this is not good. This is very bad. But what are you going to do? We're going to beat him on time. It's fine. Now this knight is in trouble. Now I'm better again. This game is it's a bit of a bumpy ride. Yeah, jumping a bit back and forth. Once again, we have a very good position. I don't think he can defend this pawn. Good game in the titled arena. Thank you, Ravior. It was an interesting challenge. I think I did okay, but I didn't win enough games in a row, which you really need in the arena format. Put this here. Take that one. I've basically taken all of his pieces. Feels bad. How many queens are we gonna get here? Okay, so that was the Breyer system, a complicated opening with a lot of strategy and maneuvering, but something to keep us busy with a very complicated, I believe, middle games. A lot of pieces on the board. I think that's one of the unique things of the Breyer system is that for like 18 moves, no pieces whatsoever gets exchanged off. Let's we can go back here and see here after 17 moves, no pieces has been exchanged. And when white took an a5, that was probably inaccurate, I think. So very often in the Breyer, you see positions going into like move 25 without a single pawn or piece being exchanged. Yeah, good game flow. On a scale from 1 to 10, how hard was the position Botas gave you yesterday? I don't, in hindsight, I don't think the position was that bad, Ravior. I needed to know what to do on move 1. And if you don't play the one half decent move early on, then you're just completely dead. Um, so I got stressed out. I needed time to think on move 1, but chess.com will abort your game if you don't make a move until like in the first like 30 seconds. So I should have spent like a minute and a half on the first move in order to get that right, and then I would stand a chance. But instead, I couldn't find the right thing to do as the server was announcing it would abort my game in like 10 seconds if I didn't do anything. Okay, next up is Galactic. Okay, once again we have the black pieces. Galactic playing d4 this time, and we get to showcase the Queen's Gambit declined. TV2, VG, and NRK. I'm sure they're covering the candidates, but they're not having broadcasts as far as I know, Ravior. I will not be doing any broadcast with those. I know that Chess24 is doing some Norwegian content. Um, so there will be a Norwegian broadcast of the candidates tournament, and I will be doing that for the final 2 days. That's the plan, at least. What variation do you recommend in Bishop G5? Well, challenge me to a game, Mario, and find out. Or it seems it's also possible to just look at this game, see what happens. So in the Queen's Gambit decline, my general plan is just developing the pieces. So a lot of the stuff here, you just make the same moves, regardless pretty much of what white does. Hiyatamen Van Hao is in Japan. I was really surprised by Hajabov not getting more backlash when he said that he was uncomfortable with Van Hao not being quarantined, because that really stinks of. I mean, he singled out Van Hao on account of him being Chinese. And right now, I'm pretty sure that it's just as likely for like Fabiano to be infected as Van Hao. He really shouldn't have singled out him just because he was Chinese. That was not okay. Hey Jackie, how you doing? Wow, Galactic trying to make a draw. What a guy. What a chicken. No draw for you. I will use my knight to block the check. Then I will use my bishop to attack your stuff. There's an explanation for everything, Henker. But yeah, that sounds about right. Fabiano is safe. The US has already beaten the virus. Yes. I hear great leader tells us that the US is doing just fine. You bought a house in the Austrian mountains. That sounds interesting. Fabiano vaccinated through copious consumption of Corona Bear. I mean, if that were the case, though, Shipit, no Norwegian would have ever gotten the virus. I'm not a big drinker, but when I see other people drink, Corona is like the it's the chest 24 of bears. That's not that. If I could just kind of like, I was trying to look for something that's like the absolute number one choice, but I'm not sure chess 24 was the correct analogy there. I wanted it to be right, but I'm not sure it is. Corona Bear is bad? Why? What the? Apparently, Norwegians have bad taste in beer, but I will excuse myself and say that I have never had beer in my life, so we don't know yet whether I have the same horrendous taste as the rest of Norway. See, the Norwegian in chat, Shak Jonas, he's saying Corona is not that bad. And then everyone who's not a Norwegian says, ooh, it's completely awful. Imagine roasting your own employer. It's gonna turn around pretty soon though, Salamka. The new play zone, I hear, is getting really close to being launched. It's a new era coming to Chess 24. Generic and watery. Well, okay. I will trust you guys on that. He's taking my bishop. I don't want him to take my bishop. I will just move my bishop away. Solid plan. Are you a better player than Dennis? Yes, I am, Max. Wow, I was not sure. I was not aware that people had such strong feelings about the Corona Bear. I have heard though that a lot of people think that Bud Light is terrible, but apparently that's the like American national drink. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure about my pronunciation, but I think it's okay. If I am pronouncing it wrong, my head has just confused what is right. I have seen a Magnus movie, but probably not the one you're referring to, Mishak. Beer. I know some of the names. Heineken. Is that one good? We have a lot of Germans in chat. They're about to give their opinion on this subject. Heineken, Bud Light, and Corona. Wow, the three I basically have ever heard of is the worst in the world. I'm starting to think that you're just anti-popular, mass-produced stuff. Corona Bear is for teenagers. Okay, that makes some sense. Well, maybe not teenagers. Students, no? Can you include students? I have seen students have that bear. Why is Chess24 extremely laggy? Asks Arun, who is a premium user. Well, Arun, I'm glad that you appreciate the content at least enough to be a premium member. I think, I'm no computer expert, but I think part of the reason why a lot of people think Chess24 is so laggy is because they do not do timestamp. They do not compensate you for your internet lag. So a lot of the chess servers, they will kind of only count the time you use from your computer receiving the move, whereas the Chess24 servers do not do that. And I often wonder if that being such a huge difference compared to other chess servers means that it's perceived as a lag when in fact it's kind of taking away the lag. Kim, thank you so much for the 9-month Twitch Prime resub. Do you think Marshall will win the Pro Chess League? No, Max, they will not. Hi Cider, also coming in with a Twitch Prime. I'm feeling very appreciated today, guys. A lot of Twitch Prime subs, which I know means you only get one of them. You use them for your favorite, or so I choose to think. And I like being your guys' favorite. Yeah, the videos are great. The videos are amazing. Okay, new game, another black game, and the Queen's Gambit declined. Are we gonna have a repeat of our previous game? Sulumka coming in with the 13 months. Yes, I will accept your sub, despite it not being a prime. Thank you so much, Sulumka. Don't you believe in Nakamura? Sure, Nakamura is a pretty good player, Max. But there's a lot of insane teams in the Pro Chess League. I don't think Nakamura can carry the his team single-handedly. I'm pretty sure I recommend this move. I'm starting to think if not something like this would be better. No, I think this is the way to go. Rook b1. I think now we go here. No, I'm not doing 96, Mario. And also when you do 96, you need to go g6 first, because otherwise h7 is hanging. I'm not sure I did this the way I was supposed to, but I think this is the general gist of the kind of position we're looking for. What's my prediction? Well, I think it's between St. Louis and the Chess Bras. Ah, I blundered. I made a big blunder, a big boo boo. He could have taken on c6 and then gone d5. We can analyze it after. I think somehow I made a mistake. I'm not sure white is supposed to get this easy of a minority attack. Although here, maybe c5. c5, d5 though, I was concerned about. c5, d5, rook d8, takes. My pawns are a bit overextended. I think we'll just take this one because he can't go back after. Okay, so we got his knight, forced his knight to a inferior square. We have pawns advanced in the center and possible majority on the queen side. And actually, as I'm saying all of this, I realize I can even capture a pawn. I'm a pawn up. I got stuff going on. I'm very low on time, so I'm gonna focus up for a little bit. But overall, I would declare this opening a big success. Pandas and yogis are good too. Pandas are always strong. I'm not sure I believe in the yogis. They almost lost to some Norwegian team. Doesn't seem like a big. It seems a bit of a problem when talking about their chances if they cannot even crush Norwegians. Yeah, I'm playing so slowly now. I'm playing way too slow. Yeah, also that move wasn't great. I'm in big trouble. I need to stop spending all of this time. I need to start playing quicker sooner. And also I need to control my dark squares. Okay, I got a plan to give checkmate. I'm in a bit of a rush though. Okay, we got the speed we needed there at the end. And another win with our repertoire. Do you know who will commentate on the candidates? Yes, I do, random name. But have they really not announced it yet? Let me wow. Yeah, I know, but it needs to be kind of a marketing decision when to announce it. I can't just tell you guys who it's gonna be uh, on my stream. Ooh, here's Aquila, and he plays his trusted Vienna opening. And I gotta tell you guys, he has gotten a preview into my recommendation Because here, after queen f3, the idea is that after takes, you take back with a d pawn, and then you get like really quick development. But f5 from black reinforces the knight on e4, and then it's just there's nothing good for white here. So yeah, I'm really happy with this f5 move. I think it really creates a lot of trouble for white. Hey Noah, how are you doing? Tell us his rating. You're assuming that it's a he, Mario. You shouldn't be making assumptions. Your favorite to play against Magnus? Probably Anish. I think Anish is really funny. I don't like to see him in a world championship match. If you haven't already, you should really follow him on Instagram. He's hilarious. And he's also putting a lot of effort into his Instagram at the moment. Is it Rajabov? No, it's not Rajabov. The guy, I mean, he's not a very ambitious player, but he did not quit the candidates tournament to do commentary instead. Those dark squares, yeah, it's looking good for black in this game. What time control are you accepting? We're doing 3 and 5 minute games, Noah. And we're recommending you challenge with the white pieces if you want to get a preview of my new video series. How likely is it that it's anyone other than Ding or Karana? Not very likely, Clixie. I would say those two guys are big favorites. Oh man, I could have played bishop e8. Was almost trapping a queen. If Anish wins the candidates, the real battle will be fought on Twitter. And don't you love a good Twitter war, GC? Evox, I recommend doing some tactics if you feel like you're struggling to progress. Play Magnus has a Tactics Frenzy app to help you do just that. You may want to download it to your phone. Your thoughts on Magnus versus Alireza? I played myself, the caption. I have no idea how their games were. What preview are we seeing with white challenges? This is the black repertoire coming on Chess24 soon. A full repertoire for black. I gotta admit, I missed this move. It's a bit embarrassing. I thought I was winning a piece there. Woodpecker method, yeah. Repetition, key to success in many endeavors, honestly. How many challenges? I think quite a few, Max. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 challenges. Man, I really messed this up. I should have been completely winning at this stage. And instead I'm just winning. I'm still gonna try to get some knight d2. Although I just realized that if I had gone knight d2, he would have had knight takes g6. would have been a problem. Let's do this. Just having a good memory is better. I don't think that's true. I don't think you can have chess success through good memory alone. White isn't doing that chabby. Yeah, no, Aquila got a bad position from the opening, but he fought on pretty well. That was quite interesting. I still maintain that your opening is bad, Aquila, but you're a good fighter. Imagine what you could do if you weren't getting bad positions from the opening every single time. Ooh, here's a big question. What to do against the London system? I think this is one of the most eagerly anticipated questions. Yeah, I don't like talking about it, Noah. That's why I removed that one as soon as possible. The London system is banned? Unfortunately, not yet. So as long as it's not banned, Mario, we're gonna have to continue discussing it. Although Mr. Super Rico is using a move order that's actually messing up my repertoire. Okay, I thought he was going to take and then go f4. But now we've transposed back into my recommendations. Don't play bishop d6 so early, please. Why not, Max? I have superior central control. This is good for black. Mr. Parov, if you like to stream, if you enjoy streaming, then you should stream regardless of your level. I'm streaming Fortnite despite being amazingly bad at it. It's all about what you enjoy. But regardless of whether you have 2600 or 1400 rating in chess, I wouldn't start streaming if your expectation was to get a huge audience. That kind of thing has to be cultivated over quite a long time. Play c5, knight c6 first. No, I don't do that. I don't like that. Max. Okay, so Rico has blundered a piece. And we are beating the London system in less than 20 moves with the hammer repertoire. Do you need a better selling point? People, buy the hammer video series and beat the London in 20 moves. I'm even going to take this one. I don't care. Code Hammer. Code Hammer. Get your Chess 24 Premium right now and you will beat the London system. Can't argue with results. Yeah, it's true. When will the series be released? I'm hoping in a week and a half. A week and a half. We agreed that it would get out before the candidates. I'm not sure that's going to happen, but within the first half of the candidates, definitely. I'm already sending messages to the video editor, making sure that it's being prioritized. More like a London player survived for more than 20 moves. I mean, the only reason he survived is because he didn't resign. I could also survive in Fortnite by just, sitting in Storm, avoiding everyone else. Who's the video editor? It's Jose Mario, if you know who that is. He's very busy because everyone keeps asking him to do stuff. That's the life when you have a unique set of skills or like a very desirable set of skills, then you become very popular and very stressed and very busy. Teufelhunden, thank you so much for the 11-month resub. And here we have Kleinmeister once again giving us a outing of the London system. Haven't you seen Pepper's lesson on the London? I have not, Max. I am a very busy man. You know, Fortnite doesn't play itself. Do you care to inform me what insights of Pepe's I need to know? There's a pro Fortnite tournament going on right now? Really, Ravior? Shame on me then. There's the organizer of the chess party event in Norway. Uh, they uh, they were asking me if Bishop E2 is very interesting, but when he doesn't follow it up with C4, it kind of loses its power. They were asking me if they're doing some kind of cooperation with the Norwegian Esports Association. So they were asking me kind of what kind of games we could have like a pro am event with the chess players. So I'm hoping at the chess party event, I'm gonna get to play with some kind of Fortnite pro duos, beating everyone else. Buddha, so you can use controller on PC. Is that correct? In which case, we need to teach you how to be a team player. Because Hoodfresh is on console. So either Hoodfresh needs to get on PC, or you're gonna have to be my duo partner. And based on our session yesterday, we got some talent. But you were fighting a lot of fights on your own, and I was fighting a lot of fights on my own. That team cohesion was not competition ready. Mr. Poop Towel gifting for the first time, the recipient being Mr. NM Buddha, my potential Fortnite duo partner. Sounds kind of shitty. Chess party event? Well, okay. No one's forcing you to come, Noah. You stay at home and I will enjoy myself while. You know what? Chess events is one of my favorite places to be because it's good people. It's my friends whom I've known for a very long time. But the thing about chess events is that you often have to play chess. You have to compete, you have to prepare, and the stress of competition just, it creates a different atmosphere. Um, Especially for me, who's crazy competitive and just aborts all sort of social activity to just sit and prepare instead. So there's a free pawn. I really love chess events like the Pro Chess League finals, where I've attended 2 years in a row. Because since I don't have to compete, I just get to hang out with nice people without any stress or pressure or stuff like that. So I've really enjoyed these kind of things. That's the free rook. Black is winning? Yes, I can confirm Tankan, especially after that last move. Why is it called chess party? It's chess party. No, it's the host of the Pro Chess League finals this year. Chestival? I'm not sure that's a great name either. Chestival? I don't see it clinging very well. Is it going to be in San Francisco again? No, Noah. It's going to be in Norway. Very exciting. I don't even have to travel to get there. Smate, we don't know the exact time, but I'm hoping in a week. Around the start of the candidates tournament. The delay is partly because I'm a slow reader, Max. C'est la vie. It was 3 blocks from your apartment? Wow, Noah. That's pretty convenient. You're going to Norway even if they cancel the event? Mr. Poop Towel, if they do cancel the event, I will make sure to book a cage ball. Or we don't even need to book a place. We can just go outside in the grass or some kind of soccer pitch. And we will have that Sweden versus Denmark and Sweden versus Norway soccer match. Hiataman, re-challenge when you're back. Or use your points. You can be a GM after learning my repertoires. Honestly, Tankan, I'm going to say yes. Yes, you can. And don't let anyone tell you otherwise. Comment together with Agad Mater. What do you imagine that would be like, Ravior? You've played since you were 4? Well, I played since I was 5. Do you really think that year makes such a difference? Is it possible not to become a grandmaster after learning your repertoire? Yes, Mario, it is possible, but it's entirely your own fault. If you do not become a grandmaster after learning my repertoire, it's because you didn't put enough of an effort in. No, he's not playing Noah. Undisputed, I'm recommending the Breyer system in the Spanish opening against e4. Perinos, I think Fabiano will win the candidates. I think he's a pretty big favorite. We talked a little bit about the candidates. Do you have any specific questions, Bishop? Wow. Belge? I don't know if Belge has been watching the video I did with Jan. Is he trying to prevent my new big system against the King's Indian? Okay, I think we're starting to approach familiar ground. Is Queen's Indian a good opening? Yes, it is, Max. Old school opening. Of course it's good. Arun, you don't have to challenge me, White. But I'm recommending it since then I get to showcase my new black repertoire. Arun, I'm doing challenges in the order in which they arrived. So next up is Chess Cadet, and then it's you. Jay, coming in with a 14-month resub. Will the repertoire be published when Hammer is back at 3,000? No, Jake. I don't see that being a thing. I don't think we can do it like that. I'm not sure I'm ever getting back to 3,000. My chess playing has not been superb lately. What do you think about this move? The queen is kind of running out of squares. We're gonna try this one. Do you have something against the Trumpovsky? Yes, Max, I do. But I played d4, d5, so it's like a weird variation of the Trumpovsky. Since white cannot, there's no knight to capture on f6. Thank you, Poop Towel, for letting Jake know with no sound. Noah, I see your challenge. Yeah. Ooh, he's going aggressive on me. Trying to give checkmate. How rude. Let's start with this one. And then this one. How greedy can I be here? There's a pretty high likelihood that this man is going to checkmate me. I'm very nervous right now. This is very, very bad. I think I didn't... I'm not really sure what happened here. He gave me a free piece. Why did I not take this one? There's the start. There's my problem. I could have taken that one for free. Oh, man. Yeah, I'm in a lot of trouble now, but it turns out if I had been paying a bit more attention, I don't think there was that much. I could have gotten out of this in a better way. Oh man, that was rough. Okay, we're just gonna take as many pieces as we can and hope for the best. That sounds like good solid math, Nikolai. I don't see any kind of fault in that math. Okay, we're gonna have to acquiesce to a draw, unfortunately. I want to say good attack, but it wasn't really that good. It was just me not taking a free piece. He didn't take on g7. Probably still he can make a draw by repetition, but he made it a little bit more exciting. Let's see if we can try to sneak out with escaping a draw here. It's still tricky. Yeah, I'm gonna have to take some major risks to avoid the draw. Okay, let's try. How much better is a 2800 player compared to an 1800? I would say much, much better, buddy. But when I'm the 2800, anything can happen. Different rules apply. It's just chaos. Hey, Fuxia, how are you doing? Yeah, I'm losing a lot of pieces here. But still complicated. Yeah, now I'm doing fine. I think I'm good now. I got stuff protected. It's coming out real soon, B8. You don't need to wait for much longer. So now we're in a endgame. So we're gonna force this rook back. Okay, he didn't move the rook back, but then I'm just gonna capture the rook. And then we're gonna get our pieces into play. Let you off the hook? Yeah, that was some really dangerous attack going on right there, Noah. I got away from it. That was not massively good play. Can experts learn a lot from Alpha Zero? We've definitely learned some stuff. Yeah. There's been some interesting insights. There's Alpha Zero is very good with pawn structures. So there's definitely been some new insights into some middle games and some general strategy. Pushing up the h pawn, the value of having a pawn on h6, for instance, close to the opponent's king. Even if you have no attack going on right now, it's just going to be a pain into going into an endgame. That's maybe the biggest one. Well, right now I'm saying Alpha Zero, but really what I mean is the AI engines. So I'm mainly talking about Leela, uh, which is available for everyone, but has the same way of thinking as Alpha Zero, trained in the same way without human intervention. Okay, B3 is a move I almost forgot to cover. True story. And I just had to dish up something last minute. But I think we dished up something successfully. So this b6 move is my recommendation. Um, hmm. Okay, maybe I didn't investigate this thoroughly enough. But I thought this kind of position should be fine for black. It's kind of like a Nimso reversed. Okay, let's just go bishop f6. Because this diagonal can be a bit annoying at times. So bishop f6 should deal with that pretty well. And now he put a pawn in his great diagonal. So I was kind of thinking that was going to be good for me. How much time would you say the average grandmaster spent playing chess? I would say that's incredibly difficult to estimate, buddy. Because the answer is a lot. And it's so much time that it's difficult to kind of comprehend. It's so much time that we don't really calculate, or we cannot keep track of how much time it is. That's how much. Wow, Jake, you back in Olesen. That's I was gonna say exciting, but I'm not sure Olesen qualifies as one of Norway's more exciting cities. I was about to capture his knight, which is why he, the chess cadet, resigned. 3,000 hours or 5,000 hours? Definitely more than that, buddy. But not just playing chess, also analyzing chess and stuff like that. On the ICC, you could see the Internet Chess Club, which was like the main server back in my day, in 2002, 18 years ago, imagine. ICC kept track of how many hours you had been on the line, like computer games, like you mentioned, buddy. It was depressing reading at times. It would also give you the time you're on the line as a percentage of your life. And at some point, I think I was at like 10%, which is like, it's 2 hours every single day. 2 hours every single day as a 13-year-old. That's a lot of time. I don't recall ever being crushed by God Gusti. Where's Bishop? So what is White's plan here? I don't know. I'm actually considering going d4. I'm gonna go Bishop f4 and then d4. It's not the normal way of playing these kind of situations, but I think it's an interesting one. Wow, he's just trying to take my bishop. How rude. Yeah, but imagine like as a kid, 2 hours a day, and that doesn't even count when you're at live tournaments playing, right? So if you have 2 hours a day, every day for like 5 years, from I was 11 till I was like 16. And when I was 16, I went to a school that specifically supported my chess playing. So it's not like I spent less time playing chess there. So yeah, it amounts to quite a few hours when you start multiplying stuff. You were kicked out of high school so you could focus on your ICC playing. Somehow I find that very believable, Mario. Oh man. So if we say 2 hours a day for, say, from 11 to 18, because 18 is when I got my Grandmaster title. When you multiply that up, what do you get? That's my question. Why such a boring line? I don't know what you're talking about, Noah. Are you talking about my game? You think this is a boring line? I think this is one of the more exciting lines I've played. I think if this is too boring for you, it's the fault of my opponent. I feel like I did my part here. Although a rune actually attacks two pawns at the same time. It's a bit of a issue, actually. Bear from Ukraine. Thank you so much. Coming in with the 26-month resub. Barnes almost scored. Wow. Who was Barnes? Oh, that Barnes. I was thinking the Burnley Barnes. Oh, I gotta concentrate. I'm very low on time. This is bad. This is very bad. I have a good position though. Except he has knight g4. Okay, I have a very good position. We're gonna consolidate. Well, this is good if I'm allowed to do it. Yeah, denied. There goes the queen. Why didn't I see that move? This is bad. I spent so much time on that move. I don't understand how I didn't see this queen f4 move. He's spending so much time, which is kind of stressing me out because I'm going to need to move very quickly. What the? He just gave away his queen. He just gave away his queen again. Okay, we got the checkmate just in time. Hammer being mocked. Being a streamer is tough, Mario. You gotta have a thick skin. And I don't have that, so I'm just in trouble. GM showing his class. More like me showing the fact that I spent 2 hours a day playing internet chess for like 3,000 days straight. Speedy Hammer, yeah. At times I can be speedy. Barnes goal? Well, I have Madison. I don't care about Barnes. Okay, bishop g5. It's happening. It's happening. Is he going to play knight f3? He is. This is new territory. We have not revealed this part of the repertoire yet. I think I'm going to castle. Queen c2. So after rook c1, I'm supposed to go c6. After queen c2, am I supposed to go c6 there as well? I don't think so. I think after queen c2, I have the opportunity to go c5. As I remember it. You practiced online chess since you were born. Well, for a long time, Tonkan. Maybe not since I was born, but for a long time. You need to see this? Fred. No, I'm not gonna. I'll watch the written report though. Oh, Madison had the assist. Well, good for me then. Cornraid, I'm not gonna bring up a study on the screen, but if you instead of a fen just post the placement of the pieces, I can see if I can do it blindfolded. Buddy, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Mario, are you doing okay? Did the coronavirus get to you? The sleepy one goes down, having just blundered a piece. Yeah, Mario is gonna have to spend some time getting over that. that was rough. Good game. Yeah, no, the Hammer repertoire is killing it. We're beating one guy after another. I'm just gonna take this. I'm so mean. I'm so mean. So nasty. You covered queen c2? I'm pretty sure I did, Mario. I couldn't fully remember it, though. I couldn't remember whether I was supposed to take on c4 first or after c5. I think if I take on c4 first, then you may have the possibility of doing knight e4. I don't know. I remember that I covered... I definitely covered rook c1. Queen c2, I don't... c5 is best? Okay. Well, then I probably did cover it, and I recommended the best move. Mario. So good for me. What is this guy doing? This is not okay. You cannot play chess like this. The knight is coming to g4, but I'm just gonna capture that guy. I might not even capture it. I'm just gonna develop. Half Believer coming in for the 6-month resub. Getting the golden hammer in the process. Thank you so much for the support, Half Believer. Any comments on Ali Reyes' classical performance this year? I think he's doing pretty well, no? I mean, he was leading the Vacancy tournament, and then he won this thing in Prague. I would say he's doing pretty well. Do you agree? Are you gonna object to that assessment? I feel like it's pretty safe to say it's going okay for the kid. I think so, Jake. I didn't know you have the power to do that. Did someone say hammer points? Aquila with an instant flex. I think so, Jake. If someone felt like I wasn't upholding the hammer point system, I think they would have complained. I think we're good. Any reason you didn't go queen f3? I wanted to have my knight on f4, putting pressure on this pawn on g6. Now he's very dead on the light squares. So it worked out for me. Who is your next opponent? We will find out when we finish this game. That's how I do, Max. One thing at a time. Next up is Noah, then Bloby, and then Morrow. Morrow. I don't know that. That seems to be a new victim for us to beat. He's probably interested in what the hammer repertoire is recommending. Hi, Hiataman. Yeah, I wasn't too concerned. I kind of assumed you had the hammer points to get back into it. We'll get you up next, Hiataman. Have you ever played Morosevich? No, I have not, Noah. But he's an interesting guy. That was a lot of pieces for a study, comrade. Cornraid. White to move and draw? Yeah. I don't know. Too many pieces to do blindfold. Sorry. Ooh, I'm getting low on time again. If I lose this one, I'm gonna be so tilted. I have the most winning position in the history of chess. Oh, big tilt incoming. Oh, that feels good. Oh, the .1 win. That's why we stream. Those are the moments. Oh man, I so deserve to win that game. Oh, I so deserve to win that game. That is not luck. That is skill all the way, Mario. I don't know what you're talking about. That man got completely destroyed from the beginning till the end. Just the usual hammer stuff. This was not usual, mate. I come back from being low on time many times. I'm pretty good at it. But against a 2500, it gets a bit challenging. And getting the win with .1 seconds, that is a big deal. Easy win. Yeah, Mac Burnout. Easy. No problem. Hammer was so skilled, the clock was afraid to go down to 0. Yeah. The clock knows that angry Hammer will smash him. Honestly, I'm surprised I didn't stalemate. I was just so obsessed with trapping the king, I didn't even think about the possibility of stalemate. Sometimes you're good, sometimes you're lucky, and sometimes you're both. Who's today's more savage? I would say Richard Rapport. That's a man. I think he's pretty comparable to Prime or Savage. What about Dubov? Um, yeah, maybe Dubov. Dubov is very interesting. He's been showing a lot of offbeat opening ideas lately. Who's the best player you beat in a tournament? Buddy, I like that you ask. Oh, Hiyatsuman. I forgot. Hiyatsuman, I forgot. I'm so bad. No, it's too late. We're not gonna cancel it. I'm sorry, Rihanna man. Are you gonna be okay to do the next one? Okay. After d3, I think my recommendation here is bishop c5. It's a bit unusual, but I think it's a pretty good move. You demand to see the manager? Wow. Now my boss is gonna yell at me. That's a lot of games versus Carlsen. I've played some games with Magnus. This h3 move kind of weirded me out. Wow. He managed to get me in the line I was kind of trying to avoid by playing the strangest thing. No, but I haven't committed to knight c6. So bishop g5 shouldn't be so serious when I can put the knight on d7. This just became very strange. Bloby coming in with the 11-month resub. Thank you so much, Bloby. Is bishop c5 better than d5? I think so, yes. Definitely random name. You can open the hammer points as a separate window. I already have like 4 windows up. Instead, I should just try to remember stuff, I feel. $20,000 points. Wow, Hiat man. You can have an apology. Wow. Coming into my chat asking what's up, knowing that Aquila is just gonna jump on immediately and congratulate him with his new 3rd place on the Norwegian rating lists. I see what he's doing. It's immediate timeout. We're not having any of that. Wow, and Aquila coming to his guy's rescue with the immediate suspension of the timeout. Oh man, can't even be the dictator of my own stream. Aquila apologizing on my behalf. Oh man, what has the world come to? I think let's do this one. It was about time. Yeah, so now he just. First, he acts all innocent. What did I do to deserve to get timed out? As if I didn't understand where this was heading. The preemptive timeout was completely justified. We always love the underdog. Go hammer. Wow. How rude, Jake. How rude. How dare you claim I am the underdog? I feel like tactics are available here. I really want to prevent white from capturing my knight on the next move. But it's pretty difficult to avoid. If I have to back out, then that's not amazing. Yeah. So I guess we're just gonna coordinate our pieces into an attacking position. Man, Johann Sebastian actually did stream for a month, but he didn't have the resilience and perseverance like I do to see it through. Or he felt like he needed to spend more time actually training chess and become better than me, which some people will claim was a successful strategy. Maybe I should just point out that it's your guys' fault that I've become so bad at chess. Spending more attention, giving more attention to you guys instead of the Berlin has been really detrimental to my chess rating. Man, he found f4. I was really hoping he wouldn't find that. This is problematic for me, actually. Thought it was gonna be fine, and now I'm not so sure. Check. Oh, this is very bad. Very bad. Big trouble. Big trouble. Check. Check. Oh man. I really think I had a much superior position here. I don't know what happened. Maybe he got good kid. Maybe that's what he did. Wow, 96. That doesn't feel right to me. I feel like now I get out of this. No problem. You would want a match against me? Crazy guy. But on the other hand, the way I'm playing, you can't really blame him for having that opinion. Knight takes c7 is a threat. I'm gonna have to do something about that. I'm not retired, Jake. I'm just bad. Wasn't queen g3 an option? Oh, really? I'm missing everything then, it seems. Let's give a check. Give a check, it might be mate. Norwegian wisdom. And rush a pawn, it might become a queen. Hammer wisdom. Probably should have given a check on g3 first. But here we go. Move forward pawn. Do your thing. Oh, I could have checked on d1. I'm so bad. I'm so bad. This is the level. This is the level I'm playing at. Of course I'm losing all my rating. Oh my gosh. And also there I could have done something better. Oh my gosh. I could have gotten a queen for free. Feels bad. Okay, now I'm getting a queen also. Feels good. Okay. Some tactics were missed. This one of them. But we get the win, so it's fine. It's fine. Yeah, it was an interesting game, Noah. I thought I was doing really well, but that f4 move was strong. Yeah, that was a strong move. Probably I should have gone with the other rook or something. Someone was mentioning queen g3 here. Yeah, maybe here. Give a check. I feel like white has compensation though. Surely there's some kind of perpetual. Should have taken the rook first instead of knight takes f6. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. So what I was planning to do was go knight and rook f6. So I'm allowing you to get the the discovered check. But my idea is that like if you capture the pawn, I hide my king, and the queen and rook and knight pointing against this undefended king is very, very serious. And I might have good counter chances here. Like probably you need to just get pieces into defense with rook f3, and then something like knight f3 is definitely not worse for black. How are things at the Magnus app team? Well, if you haven't checked out Tactics Frenzy yet, King Sack, then that is what you need to check out to be up to date. Queen takes e4. Does it work? Yeah, but it just wins a pawn. It's not really a winning attempt. Knight f4 check. I don't see this being a problem for black. So I mean, it was a very tricky position, but I think I had it under control. Hyattaman has used his hammer points to skip ahead in a line, so he's up next. You can't take your moves back. I'm not too familiar with the Play Magnus app, Smate. I spent most of my time working on the Tactics Frenzy app. Okay, bishop c5 is the way to counter the Italian, in my opinion. After castles, we go knight f6. After rook e1, now we can go, I think, d6. And then in this general Italian kind of way of playing, my idea is to go h6, which prevents any kind of bishop g5 business. And then we just castle and go bishop e6, and we get our pieces into play very easily. Hey CJ, long time, which is my fault. How are you doing? What is it you do exactly? I just do random stuff that needs to be done. King Sack. I've done some social media stuff and some advice on app development. I'm not working a lot these days. Okay, this is kind of strange way of playing. I guess rook e8 looks sensible. And now there's a bishop pair to be taken. We'll do that. I think actually the way the Ottoman played was really interesting. But I'm just going to take the bishop pair and say that's good enough for me. Hey Vertvich, how are you doing? Toxic chat? Well, you can start with having them support me more. I would like to feel more supported, Aquila. And then we can talk about them chasing away other people. Oh, wow, he really said I don't feel so welcome here? After he came in for the first time in like 2 months, now that he had tweeted about surpassing me on the rating lists? Wow. See, some people can't stand, they can't cope with you calling them out. I don't regret it though. It was suspicious timing. What's better, horse or bishop? Buddy, in this stream, we respect our bishops. We're all about the bishops. Yeah, I don't think he meant, I don't think he genuinely meant the chat was not welcoming. I think he was blaming you guys for the streamers' actions. In, in Johann Sebastian's defense, this is like the first time you've streamed in 2 months. I actually had a record number of streamed hours in February, even though February normally has less hours than most. It was the highest number of streamed hours I have had ever. Okay, I'm very low on time. And this endgame is probably not amazing for me, but I have a bishop, so I'm supposed to be good, right? We'll try to win this with a bishop. It's not the bishop pair, but the single bishop will have to prove its worth on this occasion. Are you gonna try to get into a pawn endgame? Because sometimes I will just exchange and beat you. Not this time though. Okay, I'm moving my king up the board. This is exciting. Okay, I'm moving my king back. Changed my mind. Always feint the opponent. Never let him know where you're going, what you're planning. Easy, no problem. We know how to give the checkmates. Bishops in every phase, TBH. Yes, it's true, Buddha. For the first time, I see hammer so fast. What are you talking about? I'm always this fast. I got that mating skill down. In Dutch, the rook is the tower. Yeah, same in Norwegian. Bishop is the walker. In Norwegian, it's very confusing because both the bishop and the knight is kind of the runner. Just different words for runner. It's very confusing. I sometimes use horse or hest in Norwegian to more clearly distinguish the two pieces. You spent like 0.8 seconds for 10 moves. That's just how good I am. I'm not sure it's true either. But I like this going back and forth. Because suddenly my king was invading the dark squares. And the Ottoman could not cope with the change in situation. Oh yeah, the Ottoman just, yeah. My ping. Finally I have good ping. I deserve good ping, Ottoman. I've played on US East so much in Fortnite. I should be getting European servers for my chess playing. Le pare, yes, poop towel, that is correct. And then springare is also the kind of the same. What if you played h4 and g3? I mean, I'm not saying I definitely would have broken through, but I was putting some pressure. Okay, so Blobix is going for this early d4 move, and I remember him beating me in this variation earlier. So we don't want a repeat of that. I think the move is bishop e7 here. After rook e1, I go b5. And now there's two variations. It's either bishop b3 or e5. If e5, we take on e5. Rook takes, and now the amazing move d6, which is really freaky. He can now use the rook to capture on e7, but then I take back, and even though he gets two pieces for the rook, my pawns in the center are so valuable that it makes up for it. Instead, he moved his rook to g5. Theory recommends rook e1, but it's better for black. After rook g5, I think I'm just going to protect my stuff in the center. I'm probably doing good. Should be playing on NA West. Oh man, that ping would destroy me. The minigun, if I get minigunned on NA West, it's just good game. Not even funny. I'm considering moving my bishop to this h5 square. Looks pretty interesting to me. But bishop e6 is also a good one. Bishop e6, he will probably take, go bishop g5. I go rook f8. He takes, I take with the rook. I mean, my pawn mass in the center should definitely compensate for my king being slightly uncomfortable. I think. It's reasonably different, but Mishak, if you want to challenge me to a bullet game, you're welcome to do so. I will accept 1-minute challenges as well. That B1 knight is not playing at all. Yeah, but he can get it developed. One of my main concerns is the move c3, which is going to get his queen into the game. But now definitely bishop g5 first. He needs to get his pieces into play. Bishop g5, rook f8, and then c3. I think I'm doing okay. But I really need to get my king out of here ASAP. I'm not sure I'm doing okay. Takes, c3. How many pawns? What is the pawn situation? I suspect I'm actually not so many pawns up. I might be in huge trouble. Okay, queen f3 I thought is strange. It's strange, but maybe it's effective. Black's pawn structure is strange, to say the least. I think I'm up a pawn. I think I have 7 pawns and he has 6 pawns. But mine are somewhat shattered around the board. I'm so gonna get checkmated. Okay, let's see what happens. Yeah, I'm a pawn up, Jake. That's all you need to know. You don't need to know which pawn I'm up. I need to get my king away as soon as humanly possible. So I'm gonna try to escape over here. Oh, I forgot about this move. Okay, but I can go here. It's fine. The c4 move was actually the reason I didn't play this to begin with. And then I studied all my other options and figured out, well, this is no good. And so I went back to my original line and forgot the reason I had kind of discounted it to begin with. It happens. Oh, this is not good. Maybe he has queen e4. In which case I'm dead. Oh, maybe he can just take on d5. Taking on d5 just wins the piece. Okay, I'm just gonna move. I'm not gonna figure out these complications anyway. Okay, I'm winning, which is a bit surprising given the circumstances. But it's I'm happy to announce that we got out of it somehow, miraculously. And now we just gotta make sure we don't lose on time. He survived! Yes, Mishak, I survived. Against all odds. I don't know why I made that move. That move wasn't good. That move, however, was good. I guess we'll take this one. You can always use an extra queen. How can you know you're winning? I have instincts, buddy. Big instincts. Developed and fine-tuned over time. I don't know. I got in trouble here. I didn't cover rook g5. Maybe I should have covered it. The computer said rook g5 is crap. I thought about it, but I thought I cannot cover everything. So something has to be downsized. And it's so easy to downsize the stuff that the computer just says is bad. Maybe I should go like bishop f8. Maybe just force the rook back. And in this position, you have the bishop pair, you have the center, you have an extra pawn. I mean, the computer says it's good for black, so it probably is, but it's a tricky variation. Rook g5 was played by Reshevsky versus Erve in 54. Wow, there's a throwback. Okay, they played like this 70 years ago, huh? Some crazy stuff. Presence. I'm accepting challenges from everyone who's a Chess24 premium member. You don't have to be a sub on the channel to challenge. You already played Rook G5 versus Frez. How did that go, Blowy? What is Chess24? It's a chess website with the best video library in the world. You should, if you don't know what it is, you should look into getting a premium membership and looking at the video series, which include actually video series by Magnus Carlsen. No, sorry, that's the wrong one. Sorry. Uh, Here, Magnus attacking without sacrificing. Sounds like a thing I would be interested in. I don't like giving away my pieces. 2 video series by the chess world champion. How can you not be a Chess24 premium member? How can you not know what Chess24 is? Because we got the best content. And the best hoodies. I don't know about the hoodies. I haven't tried the hoodies. But I know the content is good, Jake. Hey Manas, how are you doing? How's life at the Twitch headquarters? Is the virus affecting your everyday life? Sacrificing without attack? I can make that one, Mario. Should be fine. There is no life? Are you doing like home office, everyone? Work from home. Wow. Huh. Yeah. Probably good, though. Probably a good recent measure to make. Twitch has a headquarters. Even Hammer has a headquarters. AKA home. It's in San Francisco, Jake. Amazon headquarters equals Twitch headquarters? I don't think that is true, Sleepy Mario. I believe that is false. Although Amazon headquarters in Seattle kind of explains why everyone has to work from home. Maybe just company wide. Everyone who works in an Amazon related business, we ain't having none of this Washington State outbreak. Everyone's just stay home. Good night, Kleinmeister. Yeah, I don't know. It seems like it seems good to me, Manas. It's not that big of a obstacle, I feel. Well, it's kind of like people have the ability to work from home without lowering kind of their work efforts. I've really misplayed this. I have such a terrible position. I'm very unhappy about how I played this. I should have played Rook E1 here. Why didn't I play Rook E1? Pretty sure the repertoire says Rook E1 there. Now I played E5 also, which was such a crappy move. I'm just gonna go back. Desperation. Yeah, I saw TwitchCon got canceled, Manas. It's unfortunate. But there's a chess event going on in wow. All my pieces are just horrendously placed. There's a chess event going on that weekend anyway. So I feel like it wasn't that big of a loss. I don't think a lot of chess people were going to TwitchCon anyway, from a purely selfish point of view. I'm low on time again, but this time for good reason. Just hating on my position. I cannot see anything good about where my pieces are placed. Okay, let's not do that. That's a surprising move. Wait, what? Now he went c4. Okay. Oh, I blundered this one. Feels bad. Oh, ah, misclicked. But he was out of time. Feels bad. Yeah, that was not a good game. But when we win the bad games, it means that we're having a good stream. It's okay. I was in big trouble there. I made several strategic mistakes. Italy on lockdown, yeah. What do you think of Rajabov not playing the candidates? Um, yeah, I'm not a big fan. I think, but I think it's good that Maxim gets the chance. I think if if you're gonna win the candidates, you have to have an unwavering belief in yourself, and you have to kind of believe that it is your purpose to win and nothing else matters. Um, and Rajabov doesn't have that attitude. Um, for some players, this is going to be a rare opportunity to get to the World Championship match, and they are willing to risk a unpredictable situation in the world, like we have now with the coronavirus, because their focus is solely on what's going on the board and the potential prize of winning the event. And I think that Rajabov withdrew. Yes, it's understandable, and yes, I'm sure. I think some of the things he brought up is a legitimate concern for sure. Specifically, I believe his questions about how the organizers will cope with one of the players being sick, not necessarily diagnosed, but just having symptoms. Um, I think that was an area where I can agree with a concern, but I disagree that the tournament should be cancelled or postponed. And I disagree. I disagree with what he said about Van Hao, that Van Hao should be in a quarantine. That makes no sense to me. I don't understand why he singled out Van Hao. I'm assuming it's because he's Chinese, but he hasn't been to China for over a month. Um, so I feel that was an unnecessary comment by him. Yeah, we're moving on. If you're not here, we got a queue. Ding is in quarantine. Yeah, I think that's. I think the Russian government were not allowing Chinese national or people who had been in China to travel from China to Russia without being in the quarantine. So that's like government mandated. His point was, why is Ding in quarantine but not Wang? Well, but everyone knows why. I mean, they quarantined the guy who had been to China. If he hasn't read a news report saying that Wang Hao has been in Japan for like forever, then he's just not paying attention. Both are coming to Russia from affected areas. Well, yeah, so is Anish. So is everyone else. At this point, this is a world problem, not a Chinese problem. And singling out a Chinese guy just because he's Chinese is not okay. You could use the very same argument for all the other participants. Like Fabiano. Is Fabiano traveling in? I don't even know where Fabiano lives. But, Fabiano grew up in Brooklyn. If he's in New York, which is, I think, one of the potential next huge issues in the world, I think the US's lack of testing is just gonna showcase that it's one of the most affected areas once they actually start testing enough people. Um, then are you gonna ban Corona from coming? Japan has 1,000 cases. Yeah, at this point, it's not that many. Japan has a lot of people living there. Hey, Steve Eyes, how are you doing? Okay, we're gonna abort this one too. We're moving on. Ravior, the candidates tournament will be a ton of draws. You think MVL will win the candidates? Wow, that's a bold prediction, Angel. How do you think the fact that he got in it so late is gonna affect him? Do you think he'll win despite of that, or that he will have some kind of benefit from coming in at the last moment? Vardy Brace? I thought he's not starting. Are you kidding me? I sold Vardy this round. Yeah, I don't really want to talk about Fantasy Premier League. It's very depressing. Who do you think is going to win the Banter Blitz Cup? Well, I think Magnus is a pretty big favorite. Evox. Magnus is playing his next match in the Banter Blitz on Wednesdays. You guys should check your calendars. See the world champion playing some chess, doing commentary as he goes. Yeah, I don't know, Steve Ice. It's always gonna be tricky dealing with it, but I am a bit. I'm concerned about the U.S. government's um, caution or lack of testing equipment or whatever it is that's causing them to be so sparse about their testing regime. I suspect the U.S. is one of the biggest undiscovered. Um, that was easy. Disease pools. Is that a thing? I have no idea who Mikhail Usipov is, buddy. So, yeah. Will this corona be over by April? No random name. I heard some estimates that it's gonna be like it's gonna start dying down mid-May or something like that. But that's a very long time. We're gonna be in crisis mode for some time. Yeah, I can't really answer that, buddy. I've never heard of the kid. Yeah, no, the word from China, Angel, is very encouraging. China seems to be the least of our problems at the moment. But as several people have pointed out, China being a dictatorship has a bit of they have some opportunities to do preventive measures that democracies would not be able to implement. Do you think Grenke will be cancelled? I don't know. Hi, by the way, Anamaya. I've seen you on I see you streaming every day. I don't have the energy for that kind of thing, but I respect the grind. I don't even know when Grenke is, honestly. It's in April, right? I would say there's a probability of it being cancelled. I would say there's a real chance of the chess party in Norway being cancelled, which is very unfortunate. I think potentially Grenke can have their top level tournament, no problem. Just like the candidates. It's not a problem having an 8 player tournament as long as you have precautions and stuff like that. What they want to avoid is large gatherings of people, especially traveling people. Um, and so I would imagine the Grenke Open tournament would get cancelled, and then maybe they would have keep the tournament for the top guys. April 9 to 13. Mm, yeah, I think my point remains. The Open tournament, I don't think it's going to survive. The the closed tournament is probably okay. Barnes. Ah, Madison. No, they changed the assist. I mean, Leicester scoring 4 goals. I'm hoping Madison has more than just the assist. But that wouldn't be my kind of luck, would it? There, Madison sitting with. Oh, not even an assist. My. I read on a Norwegian newspaper that he got the assist for the first goal, but apparently that was incorrect. And so he has no points. Oh man. Just because a tournament has 10 players doesn't mean they will be safe. The candidates will have hundreds of spectators. Well, I mean, they will probably have to close it down for spectators and do internet broadcasts only. But it's definitely manageable. Versus when you have hundreds of players, that's not going to work. Just realized candidates last 22 days. Yeah, it's a tough tournament, Lunas. It's a challenge of lots of things. Chess 24 announced commentators for the candidates. Wow, chat, you guys have so much influence. I posted in Chess 24 chat on the Slack page. When are you announcing the commentary team? And you guys, you made it happen. They announced while I was streaming. What a coincidence. Maybe not a coincidence at all. It's Kramnik and Gustafsson and Short and Trent. The commentary team for Chess 24. Yeah, Kramnik is good, Mario. Sounds like a big name. A good perspective. Random name, I'm not sure Jan could have afforded me anyway. The fact that he got Lawrence kind of seems to suggest he didn't have the budget to get me. Okay, we're gonna play f6 here. It's a very strange move. But it's good, according to my research. Sometimes we will make strange moves if they're good. Why no Svidler? Svidler is busy, Daleks. Svidler is doing, he's being an opening helper to Oleksienko. Jake, no. Norwegian TV is not covering the candidates. They only care about tournaments where Magnus is playing. You would probably agree to work for less money if you can analyze with Kramnik? No. Boys gotta get paid. I don't know, buddy. I would take it pretty seriously. I think if people stop taking the virus seriously, then those are the kinds of people who's going to affect everyone else. We don't need to be super scared, but we do need to respect that it's a virus that is definitely deadly. People have already died from this. I don't know where to put this knight. So I'm considering going c5, but I'm kind of scared that I'm just going to lose a pawn when he captures. So where to put this knight? Ooh, maybe actually I can be ridiculously greedy. I'm attacking the pawn. So he will do like e3 probably. Then queen b4. How greedy is that? Cannot possibly be good, right? Your name is mentioned at the Norwegian commentating team. Yes, I have agreed to do 2 days of commentary in Norwegian for Chess 24. So if you are Norwegian, hvis du forstår hva jeg sier nå, så blir det norsk dekning på norsk til turneringen som skal avgjøre Magnus sin utfordrer til neste VM. Why is Kramnik so hyped? I mean, he's a big name though. Regardless of whether he's especially talented at commentary, he has a unique perspective as a former world champion. And he knows his chess. I'm blundering, aren't I? You can just capture on c5. I cannot capture back because of e4. That's not good. Can we get subtitles? I don't think we have the capacity for that, I'm afraid. Will it be free to watch? I assume so, yeah. I think broadcasts are almost always free. Can we say Kramnik is the biggest influence to contemporary chess theory? Maybe Hyata, man. At the very least, the openings Kramnik employed, he didn't mess around when analyzing that stuff. He is the most thorough analyst of all. And when you're so thorough, it means that you make a lot of contributions. But yeah, for the Berlin, just for the Berlin, he would definitely get a place way up there. Why not chop off the bishop on h4? Because it's dead. This piece isn't going anywhere. My knight is much more valuable. This bishop is going to be stuck on h4 for the rest of the game. There's no saving it. I am not, buddy. The top girl is like 2660. My recent performances have not been close to that level. This is internet rating. It's different. It's a different system. You need to compare the same rating, the same systems. And in the World Chess Federation rating system, I have 2600 and Hui Fan has 2660. Yeah, no worries, buddy. Keep asking questions. It's the best way to learn. It's what I did when I got into Fortnite. I just kept asking question after question after question. Tori! Respecting the bishops with a 10-month resub. Thank you so much, Tori. I'm kind of scared to take back. I feel like he's going to sacrifice. Check, check. I think I can hide my king on h6. It's fine. Will chess ever be solved? No. I don't think people can remember enough to ever solve chess. Okay, so now I gotta deal with rook d2. It's not a big threat. Let's just get our rook into the game. Who do you consider the biggest surprise for the candidates? I'm not sure what you mean by biggest surprise. Like, who was the most surprising to qualify? I guess that has to be Wang Hao. No, Alexenko, of course. You just look at the rating lists, basically. Kevio goes down, and we're gonna have our last game of today. I really appreciate everyone hanging out, and I actually have more challenges than what I'm gonna be able to play today. But the good news is I'm gonna be continuing tomorrow with more games, so you'll get another chance then. Does MVL stand a chance without time to prepare? I think he stands a chance, but it's going to be tricky. I think there were some funny comments on Twitter that MVL is going to be fine because he only has his two openings anyway, which is kind of true. I'm not gonna lie. It's he's not really known for his. Can I take this one? Looks good to me. He's not really known for the plurality of his openings. So yeah, I'm gonna say he'll be fine. He's got his openings. He's always working on them. I saw a picture that he was going into big preparation mode now that the spot had been confirmed for him. So I think he's gonna be fine. Do you prefer Chess24 to the other platforms? What I will tell you, Fintla, is that the video content on Chess24 is the best, period. And that itself just is worth the price of admission on its own. And there are some added benefits, like the ability to play against me or Magnus during shows like these. I actually I got this email, advertising email from ICC, the Internet Chess Club, where they were advertising one video series for $50 or something. One series by some guy most people have never heard of. And on Chess24, you get, I don't know how many video series there are, but probably like 40. There's more videos than you're ever going to have time to watch. And you get it for €10 a month. It's really an amazing deal. When I saw ICC offering for $50, I kind of felt like, well, Chess24 should charge more and then they should pay me more. But yeah. People still play on ICC. I don't know Mario, but I still get emails from ICC. So I'm gonna assume the answer is yes. Hey Omid, how are you doing? I feel like we're gonna create some problems on this e file. ICC good for Bughouse? Really? I feel like if you're gonna go someplace for bug house, you might as well go to fix. Jake, you get a free month for every draw Geary makes? No. For every win Geary has, no? What's a shill? Really, Vertrich? Even I know that word. It's like someone who advocates. Okay, maybe there's so many words I know, but which I'm not able to kind of properly explain. So I know how to use it correctly, but not only English, even Norwegian. There's so many words I know when to use it, but I cannot explain to another person when to use it. It's kind of embarrassing. Like a sellout. Yes, thank you, Vertrich. That is a good word for it. Do you know English better than Svidler? I don't know. I think we had this discussion previously in which people didn't really believe me, but I said I believed my vocabulary was on par with Svidler, but that his pronunciation was better. I don't know if I still believe that. But I think my English is significantly better than average. Your English is better than your Norwegian. That is honestly not too far from the truth, unfortunately. Nicola with the tier 3 sub. Thank you so much, Nicola. 10 months of tier 3 subs. That is really a ton of support. I appreciate it. Does high chess rating help on Tinder? No, buddy. If you want to have Tinder success, I think you can shut down this entire chess exploring you've started today, right now. Svidler really has a tons of vocabulary. Yeah, but I have two, Bloby. I think my vocabulary is really big. Really big. It's really the thing you want to be really big. English good enough for streaming. Thanks, Mario. But my pronunciation of beer is questionable at best. Beer, beer. I need to be more nasal about my beer, beer, beer. I still don't understand if I'm saying it right or not. Even on the Norwegian Tinder, yeah, unfortunately not Jake. My percentage of Twitter, it's really goes to showcase the interest in chess. Chess has been hugely popular in Norway, but it's mainly guys 35 to 20 or 16. It's like the right age you want for advertising. Um, but it's almost exclusively guys. My Twitter followers is like 95% male. It's fascinating, really. You would like to see someone doing 1 hour recaps of candidates? I think Lawrence might be doing something similar to that random name. So stay up to date on the Chess 24 candidates coverage. Was chess really popular in Norway before Magnus's ascent? No, random moves. It was before and after. Two very different things. That's really cool, buddy. That's very cool. Okay, I'm done for the day. I'll be back tomorrow at 7 p.m. Oslo time. As far as I know, the US has changed their clocks because not only do we have this summertime, wintertime thing, which more and more people are starting to realize is just silly. I gotta admit, I just accepted it as being the way the world works until there has been like the John Oliver show. What's it called? Last week today, good week today, week last night, this week, whatever it's called. They started doing some stuff on really how irrational daylight savings is. And ever since then, I've started thinking we should probably cut this out. But not only do we have daylight savings time, the US and Europe has not agreed on when to do it. So the US has like 2 or 3 weeks uh, with summertime, while Europe is still on wintertime, making the whole situation even more confusing than it needed to be. Um, so this week and the next one, and maybe the one after that, the US is only, the East Coast is only 5 hours behind. So 7 p.m. Oslo is then 2 p.m. Eastern instead of what would normally be 1 p.m. Eastern. Uh, Thank you so much, Highsider, for the 100 Shamrock bits. Have a good night as well. So yeah, the fact that America chose their own timing for daylight savings, that shouldn't really surprise anyone. The whole country is built on having systems opposite to European, which, the US is built, it's just European immigrants. Well, it started out and now it's immigrants of all sorts. Um, and for some reason, I mean, either they hated Europe or we hated them. There was some hate involved, for sure, at least. Because ever since their system of organizing their society has been, let's just make it as opposite to the rest of Europe as possible. So while the rest of the world has the metric system, we have like a separate time for daylight savings, we have Celsius, we have what I'm basically trying to say, US, if you're gonna have daylight savings, switch at the same time the rest of us do, adopt Celsius, get the metric system. Just make life easier for the world. Okay, that was my rant. I'm done. We're gonna find someone to raid. Let's see who's on the line. And then I'm gonna go night night. Monkey Chess is alive. Okay, we're gonna send you to Lefong. This is a man who has a chess maneuver named after himself. That is quite the honor. So let's go over to the Chess 24 channel and the Canadian Lefon Hua and ask him why he is such a famous man. in the world of 1 minute chess. Bye, everyone.